Hi, welcome back to the channel, fellow collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious, coveted, and valuable coins ever accidentally released by the Royal Mint. First up, the legendary 1983 new Pence to P coin. This isn't just a rare find, it's a numismatic anomaly that could be hiding in your coin jar, worth thousands of pounds. So grab your magnifying glasses, and let's uncover the fascinating story behind this accidental treasure. To understand why the 1983 new Pence to P coin is so extraordinary, we need to go back to the very beginning. The United Kingdom made a major change in its currency system in 1971. On February 15th of that year, a day now known as Decimal Day, the country officially shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a decimal-based currency. Alongside this overhaul came a brand new set of coins, including the copper-colored to Pence coin. On its reverse, it proudly bore the inscription New Pence, signaling the new decimal system to the public. From 1971 through 1981, every to P coin minted bore the words New Pence. But in 1982, something changed. In 1982, over a decade after decimalisation, the Royal Mint decided the term New Pence was no longer necessary. After all, the decimal system was now familiar across the nation. So from 1980 onward, the inscription on to P coins was changed from New Pence to simply to Pence. It was a small change, yes, but it was official. It marked the end of an era. Every to P coin dated 1982 and later was supposed to carry the updated legend to Pence. This design was intended to be permanent moving forward. But then came 1983, and with it, a mistake that no one saw coming. Somehow, despite the design change already being in effect, a very small number of to Pence coins dated 1983 were struck with the old New Pence inscription. Let that sink in. By 1983, New Pence was officially retired. Yet a handful of 1,983 dated coins bearing the outdated inscription were minted and somehow escaped into the wild. How did this happen? Was it a genuine human error at the Royal Mint? A mixing of old dies with new blanks? Or something more intentional, perhaps for testing or collector set purposes? We may never know for sure. What we do know is that these 1983 New Pence to P coins are incredibly rare. So rare, in fact, that only a few verified examples have ever surfaced. If you're wondering how to identify one of these rare error coins, here's what to look for. 1. The date should clearly read 1983. 2. 3. The coin will feature Queen Elizabeth's second portrait by Arnold Machin. 4. The coin's composition is bronze, which is standard for 2p coins of the time. Now here's the catch: many people confuse other New Pence coins from 1971-1981 with this rare one. But the 1983 New Pence is the key. It's the only year where this legend wasn't supposed to appear. If you spot a 1983 dated to P coin with New Pence on the reverse, you might be holding a coin worth thousands. So how many of these coins actually exist? While the Royal Mint has never released an official figure, experts believe that fewer than 20 genuine examples have ever been confirmed. Some reports suggest the number could be even lower, possibly fewer than 10 in private hands. It's thought that these coins may have been struck unintentionally during the minting of souvenir sets or proof coins, and a few accidentally slipped into circulation. Because of this, the 1983 New Pence to P coin is sometimes referred to as a transitional error or mule coin, depending on the context of how it was produced. And like any great mystery in numismatics, this uncertainty only fuels collector interest. Let's talk money. Just how much is this coin worth? Because of its extreme rarity and the mystique surrounding it, verified examples of the 1983 New Pence to P have sold at auction for as much as £10,000 to over £25,000. One coin even fetched over £50,000 in pristine condition when bidding wars broke out. But be careful, there are fakes out there. Some counterfeiters race amp or alter the date to look like 1983, or artificially distress the coin to make it appear genuine. Always get your coin authenticated by a reputable dealer or grading service if you think you have one. Next up, the 1971 proof new pence to p coin. This is more than just a twopence piece, it's a coin that marks the beginning of a new monetary era for Britain. Rare, beautifully struck, and steeped in history. This proof coin holds secrets and value that many overlook. Let's uncover the story. Before 1971, Britain used a complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence, a monetary structure that dated back centuries. But by the mid-20th century, change was on the horizon. The rest of the world had moved towards simpler, decimal-based currency systems, and the United Kingdom was ready to join them. On February 15, 1971, known as Decimal Day, the UK officially adopted the decimal currency system. The pound was now divided into 100 new pence, no more 12 pennies to a shilling or 20 shillings to a pound. This transition was massive, and introduced the public to the new system. The Royal Mint issued a new range of coins, including a bold, copper-tone D to P coin. For the first time, people across the country held coins marked with the phrase new pence, proudly signifying the dawn of a new era. The 2-pence coin, introduced in 1971, was crafted with care, both artistically and practically. On the reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, the coin features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a coronet with 3 ostrich feathers emerging from it, encircled by a ribbon bearing the motto Ich dien, meaning I serve. Above this badge, in bold capital letters, are the words new pence. Beneath it, the number 2 representing the coin's denomination in the new decimal system. On the obverse, you'll find the first decimal portrait of Queen Elizabeth E, designed by Arnold Machin. Her regal profile is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a familiar image used on British coins from 1968 to 1984. The coin's metal composition: a rich bronze alloy made of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5%, and giving the coin its distinctive reddish-brown hue. Now, here's where things get really interesting. In 1971, the Royal Mint didn't just produce regular to P coins for circulation. They also created a very limited number of proof sets, special editions crafted for collectors and dignitaries. A proof coin is no ordinary strike. These coins are minted using specially polished dies and plaquettes, resulting in mirror-like finishes, razor-sharp details, and flawless fields. The dies are carefully cleaned and used fewer times than those for regular coins, making each proof coin a miniature work of art. The 1971 proof new pence to P coin is a shining example of this minting excellence. With its gleaming surfaces and crisp details, it represents the very best of what the Royal Mint had to offer during the Decimal Day rollout. So how rare is the 1971 proof to P coin? While millions of regular to P coins were struck in 1971 for circulation, the proof version was only available in limited edition Royal Mint proof sets, intended for collectors. These sets were sold directly to the public, but in modest quantities, making them far rarer than the coins people saw in their pockets. Today, if you come across a proof version of the 1971 to P, especially one that's still in its original packaging or in a certified holder with a high grade, you could be holding a small treasure. Collector value: standard 1971 proof to P coins from sets typically sell for £5 to £20 depending on condition, but coins graded by professional services, especially those rated P or 68 or higher, can fetch £4,000, £5,000 or more on the secondary market. A full 1971 proof set, which includes the 2P, can be valued at £2,500, £7,500 or more if still sealed. And don't forget condition is king. Fingerprints, scratches, or environmental damage can significantly reduce the value. If you own one, handle it only with gloves and store it in a protective holder. Why collectors love IT. Collectors cherish the 1971 proof DP coin not just for its beauty, but for its historical importance. It represents the very first twopence piece issued in the decimal era. It's a coin that marked a turning point in Britain's economic history. Moreover, proof coins have a certain over the precision, the shimmer, the exclusivity. For many, owning a 1971 proof coin feels like owning a piece of the Royal Mint's finest craftsmanship at the very moment a nation stepped into a new age of currency. For UK collectors, it's a must-have. For international collectors, it's a symbol of transformation. And for everyone, it's a coin that tells a powerful story. Tips for buyers and sellers. If you're in the market to buy or sell an 1971 proof new pence to p coin, here are some expert tips. 1. Buy from reputable dealers. Avoid damaged coins or coins falsely advertised as proof. Look for Royal Mint packaging or graded pieces. 2. Beware of cleaned coins. Cleaning reduces value. Proof coins should have original luster and mirrored surfaces. 3. Storage matters. Use airtight capsules or archival safe flips. Proof coins are delicate and can lose value if mishandled. 4. Check the whole set sometimes. The full 1971 proof set is worth more than its individual coins when complete and in good condition. The 1971 proof new pence to p coin is more than just a piece of bronze, it's a piece of British history. It marks the beginning of a new era in money, minted with the utmost care and attention to detail. It may not be the rarest or most expensive coin in the world, but its significance in the story of British currency is unmatched. So if you come across one in a family heirloom, an old collection, or at a local coin fair, look closely. That gleaming proof coin might just be a symbol of one of the most important days in the history of British numismatics. Next up, the 1985 Pence coin, specifically its proof and brilliant uncirculated blue versions. It's a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but in truth, it holds a fascinating tale of transition, rarity, and significance. This is a must-watch for anyone passionate about British coinage. Let's explore what makes the 1985 p coin so special and why collectors are still hunting for pristine examples nearly 40 years later. A quick look back at the history of the 2p coin. When the UK embraced decimalisation in 1971, the coinage system underwent a complete overhaul. The new decimal coins included a shiny copper bronze pence piece, proudly marked with the words New Pence on the reverse, a bold statement of change for a nation steeped in tradition. From 1971 to 1981, the 2p coin featured the phrase New Pence, aligning with the fresh start of the decimal system. But by 1982, the novelty had worn off, and the Royal Mint officially replaced the inscription with the more straightforward term pence. From 1980 to onward, all circulating coins bore this updated legend, including the 1985 issue, which, despite being a common year in many ways, holds surprising secrets for collectors, particularly in its proof and blue forms. Design and features. The 1985 p coin retained the classic and iconic design introduced by Christopher Ironside. On the reverse, we see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a coronet with 3 ostrich feathers, encircled by a ribbon inscribed with the German phrase Ich diene, meaning I serve. Below the badge is the denomination 2, but in 1985, this design was paired with the updated inscription pence, signifying its place in the post-decimal normalization era. On the obverse, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Arnold Match, and it shows Her Majesty, or in the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland era, a regal and recognizable image that defined British coinage for over a decade. The coin was struck in a copper-plated bronze alloy composition that gave it a warm reddish hue. Although environmental conditions would often and are circulated examples over time. The 1985 proof and book coins, what makes them special. Here's where we dive into the collector's territory, the proof and brilliant uncirculated versions of the 1985 P coin. And like regular circulation strikes, these coins were specially minted for collectors and were never intended for general public use. They came in annual mint sets sold directly by the Royal Mint, often unsealed in presentation packaging and produced in strictly limited numbers. So, what's the difference between proof and blue? Proof coins are struck multiple times using highly polished dies and mirror-like blanks, resulting in sharp details, frosted devices, and glassy fields. These are the pinnacle of minting excellence. Brilliant uncirculated blue coins, while not struck to proof standards, are still far superior to circulation strikes. They are carefully handled and retain full luster, making them highly desirable for entry-level collectors. For the 1985 P coin, the proof version was included in the 1985 Royal Mint Proof set. The blue version came in various mint packs, including souvenir sets and presentation folders. Neither version was released into circulation in significant numbers, making them far less common than their circulated counterparts. Mintages and collector rarity. Mintage numbers are critical to understanding rarity. The Royal Mint doesn't always release precise mintage data for each individual denomination within its sets, but we do have estimates based on full sets sold. For 1985, roughly 167,000 proof sets were issued. Several 100,000 blue sets were produced, but again these were intended for collectors and were never released into general circulation. As a result, the 1985 P in proof or blue condition is much harder to find in the wild compared to other years. If you've ever seen a gleaming 1985 P with no signs of wear, sharp edges, and a bright uncirculated sheen, chances are it came from one of these special sets. And here's the kicker: some people unknowingly spend their bore-proof coins, mistaking them for regular ones. This means the already limited supply is being depleted over time. Value and market insights. Let's talk value. The 1985 P coin in circulation condition isn't worth more than face value. But when it comes to proof and blue versions, the story changes dramatically. Here's what the market says. A 1985 proof P coin in pristine, untouched condition can sell for £50, £150, depending on packaging and presentation. A graded proof coin, especially in PR67 or PR68 condition from services like NGC or PCs, can fetch £2,500, £5,000 or more, depending on demand. Blue coins typically sell for £200, £800, but coins from complete sets in mint packaging can go even higher. Collectors pay a premium for coins that have not been handled or removed from original packaging, coins with vibrant, original color and no signs of tarnish or fingerprints, professionally graded examples with top-tier designations. So if you're a seller, protect your coin. If you're a buyer, look for trusted dealers and check for originality. Collector appeal. The 1985 proof and blue P coin isn't just about condition and value, it also holds deep appeal for collectors for several reasons. 1. It's a transitional piece coming just a few years after the switch from new pence to pence. It reflects a mature stage of the decimal era. 2. It's beautifully made. The high-quality strike of the proof and blue versions showcases the Royal Mint's craftsmanship. 3. It's often enthusiastic because it wasn't widely circulated. Many casual collectors don't know how rare pristine examples really are. For specialists building a full decimal coin collection, or for enthusiasts trying to assemble all proof sets from the 1980s, the 1985 P is a must-have. Tips for finding and preserving. Looking to add this gem to your collection? Here are a few expert tips. Search complete proof for Busetsu Loft and find the 2p coin in better condition than when sold individually. Buy certified if insured professionally graded coins guarantee authenticity and condition. Avoid clean coins, they may look shiny, but cleaning destroys collector value. Store properly used airtight capsules or archival safe flips. Keep them away from moisture, heat, and direct light. Remember, proof coins are delicate. One fingerprint can permanently alter the surface. The 1985 proof Nbu Pence coin may not be worth thousands of pounds, but its true value lies in its rarity, quality, and historical context. It stands as a shining example of numismatic craftsmanship in the heart of Britain's decimal age. Whether you're an advanced collector or just beginning your journey, this coin deserves a place in your story. Next up, the 1977 Pence coin, with a mint terror that continues to intrigue collectors and experts alike. What might look like just another 2p coin could, in fact, be a rare and valuable minting anomaly if you know what to look for. So grab your magnifying glass and let's explore the world of one of Britain's most elusive and undervalued mint terrors. The origins of the 2p coin. Before we explore the 1977 era, it's important to understand the roots of the 2p coin itself. The UK's Pence coin was first introduced on February 15, 1971, as part of the sweeping change known as decimalisation, a transition from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a simpler 100 pence structure. The 2p coin was struck in bronze, a durable alloy of copper, tin, and zinc, and featured the inscription "New Pence" on the reverse. This was a temporary label meant to highlight the decimalisation change to the public. However, in 1982, this wording changed to simply say "pence," as the public had grown used to the decimal system. But in 1977, we were still in the new pence era. Now, most 2p coins from the 1970s are common, billions were produced. But once in a while, something unusual happened during the minting process, and 1977 was one of those years. What is a mint error? Let's talk about mint errors. Mint errors occur when a coin is incorrectly produced at the mint, either due to mechanical malfunction, human oversight, or plankett defects. They are not damage after circulation, but actual mistakes that happen during production. There are several types of mint errors, including off-center strikes, die clashes, double strikes, wrong plankett errors, cut plankettes, cuts and die breaks, struck through debris or grease. And the 1970p coin has been known to exhibit several of these, making it a prime target for sharp-eyed collectors who know what to look for. Known 1977p coin mint errors. Let's take a closer look at the most notable and verified mint errors reported on the 1977 Pence coin. These are real examples discovered by collectors and confirmed through visual inspection. Grading or numismatic analysis. 1. Off-center strike. Some 1977 2p coins have been found struck off-center, meaning the design isn't properly aligned with the plankett. These coins can have part of the legend or design missing, with a blank crescent of metal where the die didn't strike. The more extreme the misalignment and the more visible the date and features, the more valuable the coin. 2. Double strike. This happens when a coin is struck, then race-struck again without being properly ejected. On the 1977 2p, this results in doubled letters, especially on the word "New Pence," or even overlapping busts of the Queen. 3. Clip plankett. This error occurs when a coin blank is incorrectly cut from the metal strip, resulting in a bite missing from the edge. Several 1970p coins have been discovered with this crescent-shaped clip, making them highly collectible. 4. Die cracker cud. A cud is a raised blob of metal typically found on the rim or lettering, caused by a piece of the die breaking off. A 1970 P with a visible cut near the Pence text or rim is quite rare and desirable. 5. Struck through grease. This is more subtle. A part of the design appears faded or missing, often due to grease sort of refilling the die. On 1977 coins, this sometimes causes the Queen's profile or the denomination to appear weak or absent. Any one of these mint errors can elevate a common to P coin into a £100 rarity or more. How to identify a 1977 mint error. If you're digging through old jars of coins or inherited collections, here's how to spot a potential 1977 mint error. 1. Start with the date. Make sure the coin is dated 1977 and reads New Pence. 2. Examine the edges. Look for clips, curved missing metal, or malformed rims. 3. Inspect the strike. Is the image perfectly centered? Or is it off-center or doubled? 4. Check the detail. Look at the Queen's portrait and the lettering for signs of fading, doubling, or extra blobs of metal. 5. Use a loupe or magnifying glass. Most mint errors are best seen under 10x magnification. The finer the detail, the better your chance of spotting a rare error. 6. Do the weight test. All 1977 P coins should be bronze, weighing around 7.12 grams. Anything significantly heavier or lighter could indicate a wrong blanket error. Market value. Let's talk money. What is a 1977 mint error coin worth? Well, the answer depends heavily on the type and severity of the error, along with the coin's condition. Here's what the market typically shows. Off-center strikes £5,000 to £15,000, depending on alignment and visibility of the date. Double strikes £6,000 to £10,000, especially if the Queen's portrait or legend is visibly doubled. Clip planky tests £4,000 to £10,000 plus, depending on size of the clip. Cut or die crack errors £3,000 to £8,000. Struck through grease £2,000 to £5,000. Often subtle but collectible. Multiple error combinations can exceed £20,000, especially if slabbed and graded by a top service like in GC or PCs. In recent years, coin error collecting has grown rapidly, and yokai error coins are starting to gain the attention they deserve. So if you've got a 1977 P error, you might be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. Authenticity and grading. Because coin errors can be faked or misunderstood, it's crucial to get your coin authenticated before selling or investing. Services like collectible, NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, PC's professional coin grading service. I will examine the coin's weight, strike, metal composition, and error type. Once graded, the coin is sealed in a protective slab and assigned an error designation. This boosts both its credibility and value in the marketplace. A raw coin may sell for £5,000, but the same coin, graded and verified, could reach £15,000 or more. Final tips for collectors. If you want to go on the hunt for a 1977 P error coin, here's how to get started. Sort through bulk coin bags, especially older ones. Visit boot sales, flea markets, and charity shops. Old decimal coins often go unnoticed. Join UK numismatic forums and Facebook groups. Members often share error finds or offer trading opportunities. Use eBay and Etsy alerts, search 1977 P error, and check listings daily. Be patient and stay curious. Real mint errors don't jump out, they wait for someone who knows what to look. So there you have it, the 1977 Pence coin mint error. A coin born from Britain's decimal revolution, carrying within it the whispers of human error and mechanical mishap. For collectors, it's a thrill. For historians, it's a relic. And for you it might just be sitting in a jar, waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1990 to 1998 bronze to P-coin transitional error. This is more than just a minting mishap, it's a hidden treasure that speaks to a key moment in the evolution of the UK's coinage system. It's rare, subtle, and highly collectible. So stay with us as we unravel the story behind a coin you may have touched but never truly looked at. Let's begin with a bit of context. Since its introduction in 1971 as part of the UK's decimalisation, the 2p coin was minted from a copper-rich bronze alloy 97% copper to 0.5% zinc and 0.5% tin. This composition gave the coin its signature warm, reddish hue and sturdy weight. But by the early 1990s, the cost of copper was steadily rising. Producing billions of bronze coins became increasingly expensive for the Royal Mint. In response, the Mint made a major material transition in 1990 to switching the 2p coin's composition from bronze to copper-plated steel. This shift had big implications. Steel is magnetic, while bronze is not. Steel is lighter and cheaper. The appearance was almost identical, but beneath the surface, a revolution had taken place. From 1990 to onwards, all 2p coins for circulation were supposed to be made from copper-plated steel. Or were they? The error coins what happened? This is where the story gets interesting. Despite the official switch to steel in 1992, a small number of 2p coins dated between 1990 to 1998 have been discovered struck on the old bronze blanks. These are now known among collectors as transitional error coins, remnants of a bygone era that accidentally slipped through the cracks. So what caused it? The likely explanation is that old bronze plank tests left over from pre-1990 to production were unintentionally fed into the minting presses alongside the new steel blanks. This wasn't a deliberate decision. It was likely an inventory oversight or material handling error during the transition. Regardless of the reason, the result was a numismatic anomaly bronze 2p coins bearing post-1992 dates, which should have never existed. How to identify a bronze transitional error? These coins are tricky. At first glance, a copper-plated steel coin looks nearly identical to a bronze one. But there are a few key tests and tricks to help you spot the real thing. 1. The magnet test. Steel is magnetic. Bronze is not. Simply place a small magnet near your 2p coin. If it sticks, it's still standard issue. If it doesn't, it might be a transitional bronze error. 2. Color and tone. Bronze coins tend to have a duller, deeper red or brown tone, especially as they age. Steel coins may appear more ore-enderic and can show signs of surface corrosion. 3. Weight check. Bronze 2p coins are heavier, around 7.12 grams. Steel versions are slightly lighter at about 7.1 grams. Both scales need to be accurate. 4. Sound test. When dropped gently on a hard surface, bronze produces a higher pitch ring, while steel tends to clunk due to its softer density. But remember, only 1998 dated coins, struck in non-magnetic bronze, are considered transitional errors. Earlier coins were officially bronze. Later coins were officially steel. These oddballs sit right in the middling that makes them fascinating. Which years are affected? So far, known bronze transitional to PR coins have been reported with the following dates: 1992, 1993, 1994, 1997, 1998. Interestingly, 1995 and 1996 all no 2p coins struck for circulation, or sets were issued in lieu and proof forms. Among these, the 1992 and 98 bronze transitional coins appear to be the most commonly found. But make no mistake, even the common ones are incredibly scarce. These are not regular circulation coins. They are rare finds, usually discovered by sharp-eyed collectors conducting magnetic tests on large bags of copper coins. Market value and collector demand. Now to the burning question, what are they worth? Well, like all rare coins, value depends on condition, date, and confirmation of authenticity. But here are some rough guidelines based on recent online sales and auctions. A 1990 to bronze transitional to P. In circulated condition, but verified as numismatic, and sell for £200 for £100. Higher grade examples, especially uncirculated or mint condition, can reach £6,000, £10,000. A proof Forbu strike on a bronze blank particularly from sets may fetch even higher premiums if proven authentic. Collectors prize these coins not just for rarity, but for their storied tangible link to a change in minting history that few people noticed at the time. Today, they are hotly pursued by those trying to build complete era collections or transitional type sets. Certification and authenticity. Because of the subtle nature of this error, professional certification is crucial, especially if you plan to buy or sell one. Top grading services like collectible and GC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, TC's professional coin grading service, are capable of verifying whether your coin is truly struck on a bronze blanket. They'll test its weight, conductivity, and magnetic properties and assign an official error designation. Having your coin graded and slabbed dramatically increases both its value and buyer confidence, especially in the competitive numismatic marketplace. Tips for collectors. If you're hoping to find one of these transitional gems, here are some practical tips. Untold penny jars and coin hoards focus on P coins dated 1990 to 1998. Do the magnet test on large batches. Check charity shops, flea markets, and boot sales where older coins are sometimes sold by weight. Buy full boot or proof sets from those years occasionally. Bronze errors have been discovered in official sets. Join numismatic forums and groups share findings. Ask for second opinions and connect with other collectors hunting the same coin. Persistence pays off. Many collectors have found bronze errors hidden in plain sight, passed over by countless others who never thought to check. The 1990 to 1998 bronze to P transitional error is a coin that tells a story not just of copper and steel, but of oversight, transition, and the hidden world of rare variations. It's a quiet anomaly from a time of change, and those who find one hold a piece of British minting history in their hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more long-form videos on the world's rarest, weirdest, and most wonderful coins. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.